All right. If you are a car dealer or a car dealer personnel, including but not limited to a general manager, sales manager, owner, dealer principal, president, vice president, experienced marketer, what have you, and you'd like to know what the go-to Google Analytics 4 report is, the one that you should check primarily before everything, the one that's actually going to give you the most insight to what is leading to the sales that you are selling now and where you can improve, I'm going to show you right now in this video. Let's do it. It's going to be a short one today, guys. David Feldman-Makrias here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, right now I'm in Google Analytics 4 first and foremost, and I'm on the home page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the Reports tab, and then I'm going to navigate to a report that is called Conversions. Well, it's called Conversions now. It might change soon to what's called Key Events. So Conversions under Engagement typically is the report that you want to look to first before everything. And when I go here, I'm going to explain exactly why. So right now we are in the conversion report. Some of you may go into Google Analytics 4 and you won't see conversions in here because A, you're watching this video and it has been deprecated into what's called key events. So if you don't see conversions, look for key events. B, you might not see it under engagement because it might be nested under another report, but just keep opening these little drop downs under the reporting features to find conversions or key events. The reason why this is the most important report to go to is because this really funnels all of your website marketing into the bottom of the funnel, okay? This is the bottom lowest hanging fruit that you can possibly have from the people on your website. Why? Because conversions are actionable items that we deem very, very important, that we pay attention to and track on your website. Now, there's a slight nuance to that. If you've heard me in any video, events are also actionable items on the website that we deem pretty important. Think about conversions as, well, key events or what it's going to be changed to. This literally is not going to be called conversions for the foreseeable future. It will be changed to key events. Key events in conversions are just the most important event. And an event is just something that we deem as very, very important to track on the website. For instance, we have the event Start Finance. We have the event Trade In. We have the event Click to Call. We have the event Chat Start. And we have the event Contact Us. So what this means is that Google Analytics 4, when hooked to your website properly, is tracking these events to show how many people actually started them or submitted. And now that gets a little bit even more tricky. And it really depends upon how they're labeled and what they actually mean. For example, when I see this one here, because I'm in a live account right now, when I see this one here, it shows Event Finance Start. Key indicator here, Start. So what does that mean? That means your Finance tab on your website typically has a lot of, robustness to it, multiple pages. I mean, here, I'm going to pull up a dealer here, local Acura store near Chicago. I don't handle any Chicago Acura stores, so we're just going to pick one. Let's pick, I don't know, McGrath. So when I go to their finance tab, I have a couple different items here. Finance department, get pre-approved, finance application, payment calculator, and then some other things that don't say finance, which is pretty typical. So when I go back here to analytics, this says Event Finance Start. So what I assume that means is if this were the site that it was tracking, I'm going to go to finance. I'm going to go to finance department. And then that could be clicking this button. Or really what I think it is when someone clicks the button apply for financing. Okay? This leads me to a finance application. Why I think this is the case is because, okay, when we look at this mini report here actually shows that this event finance start, first off, it says start, right? It doesn't say submit, it says start. And that's why nomenclature by your advertising agency, your website provider, whoever, is very, very, very important. So this says start. Okay. So that usually tells me it's a button click. And usually button clicks get a lot more events than actual submissions do. Why? Because you're going to have more people naturally, if I go back to our example, that click finance application. I'm sorry, that wasn't the one we clicked. More people click apply for financing than people that actually fill out the information all the way through and hit submit. And that's why, again, that tells me it's tracking a button. I don't know that for sure. Well, I mean, in my actual example, I do, but you may or may not know that for sure. It's something to keep track of, though. And really understanding your conversions or key events, really understanding these is what's going to make the difference. Because once you understand the conversions and key events that are being tracked, you can then go to your website and make sure that all of those key events or conversions are the ones you actually, in fact, want to track. Because guess what? Dealer sites change all of the time. OEM providers, especially with new car franchises, OEM vendors come in here, create buttons, create sliders, break things all of the time, daily, essentially. If your OEM has any tie-in to your website, you're going to have stuff that breaks and is broken. And we test events and key events and conversions all the time. So that's why it's really, really important to understand what this actually means. You may look at this and say, oh, that's a finance form. Oh, I'm getting a ton of finance forms, David. I'm getting 237 in the last 30 days. No, this is finance start. Now, you may come in here and see that it just says finance. It depends on who set your analytics up and who actually did the nomenclature. So that's why this is the first report you need to go to, and you need to thoroughly understand and you need to thoroughly test. So you know, oh, okay, this is a start finance button. This is a start trade-in button. This is a click to call. Now, I'm going to leave you there because this is the main report that you want to go through. The first step is determining the key events, conversions. Are they labeled right? Are we tracking them right? Are we understanding them right? You're never going to get it 100% perfect, but this is where we look to first as marketers and advertisers. And it doesn't matter. You can be a dealer principal and look at this report and get value from it. You can be a digital automotive marketing professional. You could be a salesperson. You could be a manager. That's why looking at this report over some sort of time span and telling you, okay, how many real events am I actually getting? And then I can compare time frames. I can do a bunch of different things. So this is the report you need to look at. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to break that out further. I have suggested nomenclature that we can go over. I have a further detail of how you can analyze this conversion report and get the most succinct tracking possible of each one of your advertising sources. That's coming up too. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see those videos, and I'd be more than happy to go through a live demonstration with you. Thank you so much, everybody. This is David Feldman-Makrias, and I'll see you next time.